But I do want to be able to put this data into a scatter plot and then show you how to put these error bars onto the data. So I do have a neater processed data table at this point with my forces in column B, my uncertainty for those in column C, my stretches in D, and then my uncertainty for the stretches in E. However, I altered my data a little bit, and you might notice now that my uncertainty in the stretches is not the same for every single trial, right? Because I want you to see how we can do error bars unique to each data point. All right, but first, I want to go ahead and make a scatter plot. Now, I'll probably do one or two things that I end up wanting to do over, but for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my entire data table. In this version of Excel, the graphs are like impossible to find, especially the one I want, but I'm going to go ahead and click on Charts, and then the XY scatter is actually the very last option that Excel gives me in this row. In previous versions of Excel, it was a lot easier to find. And then I want the only one that doesn't give me any sort of lines whatsoever. So I'll click on this one. Right? And this is awful, what it's giving me, because it doesn't know how to handle my uncertainties. So let me change gears and not include my top two rows. Why is it still doing that? Oh, because I'm giving it 4 columns. All right, so now I'm going to just highlight the 2 columns that I want. I can highlight my force column first, and then I think I hit Control. Now, it might be Option.
No, but you have to highlight the whole thing.
Oops, uh-oh.
I think when you make it, you can right-click on the graph itself.
Alright, so let me not highlight anything.
And then you can like select the data when you click on it.
No, but there should be better ways to do it. And I know I've done it. I did it like yesterday. It's just escaping me. So I highlight it. Let me try Command. That's like the only one I haven't tried yet. Boom, that's it. Alright, so I highlight the first column I want, and then I hold down the Command key if it's a Mac. I don't know what it is for PC. And then I highlight the stretch. And now I'll create my scatter plot, and it's much closer to what I want, right? And let's see, it has I probably want to switch the axes, like it's giving me stretch on the y-axis, force on the x. I think I want it the other way around. Whatever, I'm not going to care about that. We certainly want to give titles to our axes and say what the unit is, but I really want to do the error bars. One way to do the error bars is to like double click on any of your data points on the graph, right? And then you'll notice that this window comes up, Format Data Series, and there's a thing for error bars. There it is right there, boom. Now I do want error bars to be on both the left and the right. There's 2 different tabs, one for X error bars, one for Y error bars, so I will have to kind of do this stuff twice, but we'll do the X error bars first. So I do want both on the left and right hand sides of my data point. And then, let's see, for my stretches, this was where I think I gave it different values for different trials. If I knew that every single data point had an uncertainty of like 1, I could just type 1 in there, right? Hit OK, and it will put those error bars there for me. But I don't have that. These are my forces, aren't they? I think these are my forces, which means I actually have a fixed value of 0.01. It would be nice to have caps on the error bars, so I can click that option as well. So I do have X error bars. The Y error bars, for me, are going to be the more complicated one, because I have different values for different cells. So again, I want both above and below. I do want caps, and now I want custom error bars. So I clicked the custom, and then I'll click the thing to specify the value of those uncertainties. So now it's brought me back to my spreadsheet, and it wants me to highlight the cells that I'm going to get those uncertainties from. So I need to find my process data table. It's actually underneath my graph, so I think I'll have to cancel out of this and move my graph over. Right, bummer. All right, so there they are. I need to have access to those. Alright, so let me click on my error bar, click on my data points again, go to my Y error bars. I need to do both and cap again because I never hit OK. Custom, specify values, and now I want to highlight the cells that have my uncertainty values in them. So I highlighted the first one, and then I think I can hit Shift and then click into that last one, and it gives me that whole column. I have to do that both for the error bar that goes above my data point and below. So I actually need to do that twice. So again, I clicked the first one, I held in the Shift key, clicked the last one, hit OK, and hopefully this is going to give me error bars of the correct lengths, 0.6 centimeters for the first 6 trials, and then 0.9 for the last 3 trials. And I can tell that it did, because it looks like my error bars for these 3 data points are longer than the ones for those 2 data points. So I think that's going to be our stopping point today, and that's going to be what I ask you to come to class with, having done on Tuesday. So I want you to have your graphs done, you should have your error bars. Please go ahead and label the axes as well, and then we'll deal with trend lines for probably about 15 or 20 minutes on Tuesday. All right, so you do need to kind of save. I can't really get you internet access on these laptops if it doesn't already have it, so you might have to start from scratch if you're not able to save your files.